Hey, everybody. It is Chuck Barone, Wednesday, June the 5th, 2024. Another day of fabulous, baby. You see these markets today? New records. Markets going crazy. It's one of those, we're in this weird cycle. So we're in this bad news is good news thing right now. And that's kind of where we're at today. Bad news from ADP, kind of foreshadowing a crappy jobs report on Friday. Markets celebrate. Yay, Fed can cut rates. It's hard to believe these markets would celebrate bad news, all adding up to a recession. We'll talk about that. Um, and the market's celebrating like this is something sustainable. And it's just another view of the idiocy that is in our country today. It's bananas. Anyway, before I get rolling, let me take a second, as always, guys. Welcome everybody to the show. Nice to see all my friends on the chat going already. And, we got the usual suspects there, Smoke and Attila and Wolf. And haven't seen Don on there. We got Sergeant Schultz on, Big Smoke. Of course, our boy Attila's on every day. Anyway, the regulars are there. Got the chat rocking and rolling. And let's talk about some crazy ass markets today. All right, so today we got the ADP jobs report. And, this is the one that's, in my mind, always super inaccurate, it seems like. But this one showed a pretty significant drop in the jobs report for last month. They said 152,000. Everybody was estimating around 175,000. We had 188,000 jobs last month, which was the final revision. Deep drop in manufacturing. Manufacturing actually lost 20,000 jobs. Well, it's a good thing they're being replaced by super high quality service jobs. So yeah, this jobs report, ADP, crazy stuff, guys. Not good news. So anyway, we get this jobs report. Manufacturing loses. Now, yes, here's another thing that the report showed: salary gains starting to come down pretty dramatically. Bosses holding the line, not as negotiable on salaries, being a little bit moving back away from the employee to the employer, the strength in it right now. It's a perfect scenario for the Federal Reserve, exactly what they've been hoping for. I've been talking about how they blame hot jobs for inflation. People are making too much money. These $12 an hour people, they're causing this huge inflation. It's not all the money we put in the system. It's these people here. Well, let's see that if this now they got control of this, because here's where this is the uncontrolled landing, right? They're trying to engineer this perfect scenario where it's not too hot, it's not too cold, it's the Goldilocks bullshit scenario that doesn't exist. So let's see if they can actually slow it down, which is what they're shooting for. Or if they slow it down so much, it becomes a big recession, which is what I would put my money on. All right, so let's talk about markets. New world record, S&P 500 today, but the Dow, no record on the Dow. Dow jumps though 96 points, 38,807 on the Dow. NASDAQ up 330 points, 17,187. The S&P up 62 points, which is a pretty big move for the S&P. 53.54 on the S&P 500. Bond market also rallies with the yields continuing to come down. The 10-year down 4 basis points, 4.29%. Well, the 2-year also down 4 basis points, 4.73%. The 2-year was just well up over 5%. Now, bonds keeping on rallying. It's interesting, again, I don't even know, without getting into all the bond market crap, such weak demand on these treasury auctions. I'm going to have to see how next week's auctions go. I haven't really seen much in the media or in my sources about treasury auctions this week. But with the weak demand for treasury, it's amazing to see bond markets rallying like they are. I think the 10-year is down like 15 basis points in the last 2 days. Freaking crazy. At the same time, the dollar rallies up today. Okay, you would think rate cuts, dollar down, but nope. Dollar rallies up 14 basis points, 104.28 on the index. So getting a little bit of space because I thought it was going to. We were at 106, looking like we were going to break back through. Then it looked like we were going to dip under 104. Now it's getting a little bit of its equilibrium back, 104.28 on the dollar index. Gold rallies up today. Good day for gold, up 28 bucks. $2,355.30 for an ounce of gold. Great number. Silver up 46 cents, $29.90 right now at the very verge of trying to get back above 30 bucks. I'm guessing it's going to happen pretty soon. Gold up 20% this year, guys. That's so far this year. It's only June the 5th. So it's a pretty good run. And maybe that's just the one, maybe that's the 12-month change. Over the last 12 months, I think, I saw this on Kitco's site. Over the last 12 months, I think gold up 20%. Nice return. Oil today rallies back up a little bit, up 89 cents per barrel, $74.14 for a barrel of West Texas Intermediate. Still right there in the trading trough. We envision it standing between 70 and 75. So not a lot of news. I still haven't heard jack anything. Have you guys heard anything about this OPEC meeting? I haven't heard a peep. Bitcoin today rallies up $1,005, 71,290 for Bitcoin. Looks like that now. Looks like it. Now we got to see it hold this above 70,000 for a little bit. But it looks like Bitcoin ready to have another breakout. I was reading today a big article in Barron's talking about how the political world now they're embracing cryptos rather than fighting against them. They're thinking maybe this will eliminate a lot of the political crap and the regulation that crypto's been dealing with. That's leading to these rallies. Okay, so we know about ADP. We know the jobs report. Now, Friday is going to be the actual jobs report. So this one typically foreshadows it. Again, came in significantly lower, more than almost 25,000 jobs less than they were expecting, more than 35,000 jobs less than they got last month. So that's, not great news for the economy. We'll see now if the jobs report on Friday, the actual non-farm payrolls report, will reflect these same numbers. It'll be interesting because if the payroll numbers, got a sneeze coming. If the payroll numbers on Friday come in like right around where they were expecting, if they don't lower their expectations down, they're going to give this big gains today right back. Fascinating times, guys. Bank of Canada today, first to do it, cuts their rates from 5 to 4 3/4. First quarter point rate cut. Looks like the cycle starting tomorrow. We'll get the European Central Bank likely also cutting their rates a quarter point. Looks like the cycle now of cuts has started. A 70% chance on Fed futures for a rate cut by the Federal Reserve in, nice. In September, then another one coming in December. That's the way the market's playing it. Way to go, JF. Nice. Thank you, my friend. Now we'll see if it plays out that way, right? You saw today NVIDIA becoming the second most valuable company in the world, over $3 trillion freaking dollars, NVIDIA. All right, so Bank of Canada cuts. It's their first rate cut in 4 years. Let's see if everybody follows suit. It might actually put pressure on the Fed to do it because the dollar is pretty strong, especially against right now the yen is getting killed, but still pretty strong against the euro. Let's see if this puts a little bit of pressure on the Fed because they're going to have some trouble. Because the dollar's going to go up once everybody starts cutting rates. Our manufacturing base hates that. It makes our exports more expensive. You know the rest. All right, so let's talk about this company here, RealPage. You guys heard of this company? Honestly, I did not ever hear of them until today. Okay, but listen to this. This is a $9 billion company. They've been around for a long time, a lot longer than anybody knows. Okay. These are the one of the big companies nobody's ever heard of, right? I got to say, I've never heard of it out, but check this stuff. RealPage is a huge part of this new Department of Justice investigation into antitrust, collusion, and price fixing in rental business, in apartment rentals. These are big companies that own these massive groups of apartments, colluding together to raise rents. Listen to this, guys. RealPage, what they do is they're the advisors, and they advise property managers on rent increases. Okay, so they're the ones who kind of give cover. Property managers don't want to go and raise rents if the competitor across the street isn't, because they know they're going to lose tenants there. So this company gives everybody the same idea of what they should be doing, right? They're completely, absolutely ruthless, guys. I mean, they are brutal. The algorithm they use has led to massive increases in rents wherever it's used, and it's being used quite broadly. In Atlanta, for example, rents are up more than 80%. 80% since 2016. Even higher vacancies where people can't afford the land, they're not renting these places out, are not slowing down rent increases. Department of Justice says landlords colluded, okay, by using this algorithm. It gave them all cover and a coordinated system to raise rates and keep rates uniform among them, right? Now let's see what else it says here. It gave them all cover and raise rents even higher. Listen to this, guys. There's a total of 22 million investment-grade apartments in the country. 22 million apartments. Over 16 million of those apartments are managed by this algorithm. So this company right here, ruthlessly raising rents, advising them to raise rents on 16 million out of 22 million total units. It's a huge group, man. Boom. The title of the article made me laugh. It was like, is this one company responsible for the giant rent increases? Well, I don't know if they're exactly responsible, because the people that subscribe to the service don't have to do what they say, right? They don't have to raise rents 80 freaking %. But it gives them all cover. Like I said, nobody wants to be the bad guy in all of this. So they just say, well, this is what the algorithms tell us we got to do, blah, 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 the cost of this, the blah, bitty beep, bitty bop, bitty boop, 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 bullshit. Everybody getting ripped off. Unfreaking believable $9 billion company. That's great news, though. Start a company. All you got to do is find a way to give cover to the massive corporations to raise prices and rip people off, and you too can be rich. Freaking crazy, guys. Crazy. Looks like we got a recession coming, guys. We saw these jobs slowing down. We saw consumer spending down pretty dramatically. We see the savings rate dropping. We see the amount in savings dropping. Today we got a manufacturing report. Manufacturing down again. Manufacturing shedding 20,000 jobs. But this manufacturing is actually the output. Manufacturing down 18 of the last 19 months. Not great. Heading toward recession. Now you add on weak demand for commodities. Not all commodities, but you look at the big ones that are economic related. Copper, down. Crude oil, down. Diesel fuel, down. Weak demand for this stuff tells us, foreshadows, gives us an idea of where this economy is going. We're heading toward a recession. I got to see how the Fed's going to. You really think that a 1/4 point rate cut could turn the economy around on a dime and get us out of a recession? how's that going to help broke people be not broke? How, you think a quarter point cut going to make your credit card rate go down so much you're going to feel like using it again? Hmm? Isn't it kind of nice right now to have a little bit of earnings on your savings, CDs, savings accounts, money markets? Isn't that kind of nice to actually earn a little bit of money on your money? You want to try and go away from all that now. Now that they've got everybody in debt up to their freaking eyeballs at these rates, I don't think a quarter point cut, even a half point cut if they went and tried to do it, not going to save us, guys. Recession coming, believe it. Also, Japan. Have you seen this? Just to wrap it up today. You know, I like to get off the economic stuff once in a while. Japanese firm has a new drug. They're finally going to human trials. It's looking very, very promising. Guys, this drug will give people the ability to regrow their teeth. Wow. So people wearing, people going for these $50,000 worth of implants, the poor people that have, bad denture wearers, people like that are actually going to be able to regrow their own teeth. Now, I guess it's a pretty time-consuming process, but it looks like the technology and this drug is there to do it. So it'll be fascinating to see. They said by 2030, this will be commercially viable. It'll be interesting to see how long it takes. Is it really possible for people to regrow their teeth? And what's it going to cost to do it? Because I'm guessing, implants are pretty pricey. I'm guessing this drug will probably be along those lines as well. Anyway, guys, that's it for the day. I appreciate the support as always, everybody. Nice to see everybody on the chat as well. Make sure to start asking me some questions on the chat here, guys. I'd like to get some of the. Do you guys have some easy questions? Some stuff that's not needing an in-depth, really long answer? Let's start asking some questions on here and kind of mix it up a little bit. Maybe some stuff you guys are a little more interested in. Anyway, that's it for the day. Please hit the like button, hit the thumbs up button. It changes the algorithm around. It gets our video out there in front of a few more faces. We get a chance to get some extra views. We would appreciate that. Tomorrow we'll get jobless claims. We'll get a whole bunch of other data tomorrow, so it'll be a pretty big day. We'll see what it brings, guys. In the meantime, have a great evening. Until tomorrow, take care.